What's good, y'all? SpazzoReactz back with another vid. Let me see if my okay, it's on the Yeti. I forgot that I muted these because I was what's it called recording my gameplay and shit, so I could do commentary. I actually did my first commentary vid. Go check it on jahskeezy. I'm reading Reddit story times, but I was finna start talking on the underground, but it's like everybody's doing that same shit, bro. And it's like, I don't know. I think it's kind of getting oversaturated. It's like I didn't really know what to talk about with the underground because I'm not really tapped in, and I don't feel like really getting tapped in. Like I was finna talk about Saya XO getting arrested, and everybody reposted his shit, but it's like, like I don't know. I feel like niggas is already doing that shit, and I hate being in the category with other niggas. I like to be to myself and be unique. I don't like being like other niggas and just talking on the underground and saying the same shit, regurgitating. That's not my thing. But yeah, I was finally doing that shit. Bro, I really hope like everything pays off, bro. I really do realize like how thorough I am. Now I know sometimes like I might not answer the phone for my friends. Like one of these, what's called one of my friends, bro. They keep calling me, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't do good on the phone. I don't really do good on the phone in general, but especially like with niggas, cause like, bro, what exactly are we talking about? Now it'd be different if we was talking about music. You know, I could talk about music, but it's like when it's not about music. I mean, what else are we talking about? Like, I don't know. Like, it would be different if we was like just hopped on the game. We talking about like in a party chat, but it's like when we really call each other on our cell phones and our own personal devices. What exactly are we talking about? Me personally, I get a little cringe worthy and a little weird because like I feel a little weird because like, bro, why are we both on the phone right now? Now it would be different if it was like a girl on the phone. I'd be like, damn, you know, you looking good today. You got your nails done. They white, polished. But if it's a nigga on the phone, I mean, what really am I supposed to say to him? How was your day? Like, I don't really know. So I'm not really thorough on that type part because I did say I'll call him back. I never called dude back. I'm being real with you. I do not be doing good when it comes to phone type, phone type shit. Now, if it's about some music, I can get that music done. I just really hope that, what's it called? I really do hope that all my shit ends up being worth it. I hope that I really do blow up just by me being what's called a thorough type nigga. I hope so. Just by me being real, with it being so many fakes, what's called in what's called underground now. I really do hope I end up blowing up just by being myself and being authentic. But anyway, without further ado, we getting back into the Look at Me full documentary. We almost done with this shit. So, oh, X had a song with Vibes Cartel. I did not know that shit. I mean, like, they both Jamaican, but I did not know that shit. Bro, I only know one song by Vibes Cartel, and it's that, What Next song, I think. Ever since I found that song, I was in love, bro. It had me going in the morning. I was popping my shit. That was like, I found that song around quarantine. Good times. Anyway.
You can never have a conversation without that going back to being the topic.
And why is that wrong?
Why is it wrong?
How do you fully redeem yourself if every time on every corner it just keeps popping up?
But how do you fully redeem yourself?
They both kind of fine. Damn. Okay. Cleo especially fine. I hate to say this every part I watch the documentary, but it's the truth. Like we gotta start giving our women way more way more credit. Like they just be looking good. We gotta be real here.
Without ever admitting that you did something wrong.
He acknowledged that there was a situation, but self-acknowledgement and accountability. Do I have to hold myself accountable and admit it to the world just for you guys to judge me anyways? They were gonna judge him no matter what, without knowing the full story. It didn't matter if he spoke that full story. They were gonna judge him no matter what. And that's all that's all he was going through, was being judged. He could release a #1 album, you could love his song, but then they were still judging him based on that situation. It wasn't something he was able to escape, even though he was holding himself accountable.
But he wasn't telling the truth about it publicly.
I think it also might have resulted in them taking his whole life away.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense that that's an apology that needs to be kind of more planned out in a way that like has an actual beneficial result and not one that results in somebody getting their entire freedom and life taken away.
Yeah, but I do think he would have gotten to a place where he would have gotten there. He just never had a chance to.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Bro, if X was still alive, bro, he would have went to jail. I forgot that shit. Since they gave him that, what's called, them separate charges of witness tampering. Yeah, that nigga would have went to jail, sadly. It's crazy, bro. It's just like this nigga could not escape jail. They was just gonna keep sending this nigga back.
I got a call from a well-known psychologist by the name of Dr. Michael Brannon. The judge decided that I was going to work with him. The judge pointed at me and says, everywhere you go, he's got to go. You got to go. He can't go anywhere without you. Well, the first day, it was people in here galore. I didn't want to go right then and there in a sit-down face-to-face because from a cultural kind of background, the connotations of therapy and counseling perception is what goes along with that. I'm crazy, I'm loco, and I ain't crazy. As a matter of fact, he mentioned that, ain't nothing wrong with me, I ain't crazy. I said, man, let's walk, let's just walk. Man, I got problems like anybody else. I said, look, I'm here, man, to treat you like a human being. It's about your life, man. It's a bigger picture to me.
Real. Bro, I love therapists like that, bro. Cause the world be making it seem like when you get a therapist or some shit, they just make it seem like you crazy and all this. But this nigga said, I'm here to treat you like a human. We gotta love therapists and counselors like that, bro. That's so real. I fucks with that, man. I love when people just treat you like a human and they understand that shit. Cause some people, bro, they'll just look at you and shit as if what you're going through is not normal. You just be sitting there like a black sheep. I love niggas like this. W fucking Mans. I forgot his name already though. Sadly.
I'm concerned about you. And he looked like that. Pointed at me, he's like, straight.
I do not at all want any.
Guy was rule based. He was like, yo, you gotta clean this shit up. Way too many people in and out of your house, bro. You can't control what these people are gonna do. Something bad is gonna happen. Yo, you know what? You can't have all these women in your house. It's gonna lead to something. You just pick one and call it a day.
He ain't wrong, bro. Bro, imagine, that's like some Tupac shit. Like, what's called? Like, imagine you just being around a whole lot of women. You know what they could do, bro? Especially since they know the status that you got. All of a sudden, now he has a sexual assault charge. So Solomon was a W mans for that. Definitely. Cause imagine he just went around, around all these girls and they was lying on this nigga. Didn't they? I think one of the girls lied on him before. Or maybe they didn't. I forgot even what it was about. I think it was another assault thing, and this girl said that he assaulted her or something, but she waited until he died to say that shit. So I don't remember. But they all said that she was lying. I think they bring it up in here. I believe so, because they tried to drop a lawsuit on her, and I think something happened. I forgot. I think they did drop it in here though, I think.
He picked Jen.
Before me and Jaw ever dated, we're not two people that were looking for anything at all. He actually wanted me to be his assistant.
I ain't gonna lie. They both kind of fine. Her and Geneva. I don't know. I like the younger Geneva more. I had a huge crush on her then, bro. I'm telling you. I'm like, damn, this nigga X got taste. Fine as shit.
Ja always saw me as this very nurturing, caring person, and he felt very safe when he was with me, and I did too. So he just kind of said, like, you're my girlfriend now, and if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be, but if you want to, I would love for you to be. I'm like, okay, I could be your rock, you could be mine. I will say there were some days I felt like I was definitely walking on shards of glass because you didn't know what you were gonna get.
We would have sessions. We would just sit down and talk and laugh, whatever his pain or whatever he was going through, whatever he wanted to talk to me about, personal, family kind of stuff. And I recognized then that this was a traumatized human being, unable to grieve. And he had to play out the macho. He's 5'2". He's gonna play out this macho, the rap, the hip hop, and all that. He ain't chance. And he's dealing with an enormous amount of emotion and a lot of stuff. I never could be his biological father, and that was not my role. But if anything, that I could be there, and that I didn't want money from him. It was about him, just as a human being that deserved the dignity and the respect.
Real.
She won't woohoo me, ayy, just like a song. Right on my dick like a blunt, right on my dick like a blunt. Her booty bit like a pimple, pot that pussy like a pimple.
And I know this from what Cleo and Solomon and everyone told me. It's like when I was around making music with him, that's when he was happy. I realized that like the process of making music and being able to put his mind on something was what allowed him to free his mind off of it.
That's so real. Bro, they speaking facts in here. That's why I love this documentary. Along with the In My Head Young Lean documentary, bro. I just love artistry documentaries. They're just so real. Bro, every time one of the artists go through some shit, they put that shit in their art. That is so fucking real. Like when Young Lean got out of the ward, that nigga started doing his little Jonathan Lean Doer. What was that shit? His Jonathan Lean Doer side artistry. So like now he created his own persona again. Young Lean and Jonathan now. And then he painting and shit. Bro, the nigga done became creative. He listing all his feelings out on a fucking track along with X, bro. And he was already doing that shit before. They both was doing that shit. You just gotta love it. 2 amazing documentaries. They both make you cry. Telling you, shit is wonderful.
All the other places that it was going.
Oh, that's what I was finna say. What was it? Oh, they got that shit in Rio de Janeiro. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, what I was finna say was, but yeah, bro, just them like putting their words and their thoughts and their feelings inside of their art, bro. I can relate to that shit. You know, sometimes it's hard for me to do that shit because I be feeling like everything has to rhyme and shit. It's different when I'm writing poetry. I know that shit don't gotta rhyme, but when it's me listing out everything, what's called on like a song, even though I don't write this shit, it's kind of hard because then I try to find like words that rhyme, and I end up regurgitating the same shit I say on every song. Man, I gotta start writing again. I don't write. I gotta start writing again, maybe.
That's scary, bro. Bro, once you learn how to use your vocal range, you can do some crazy shit.
He was putting down big records.
RBPNB. Damn. And nobody would have ever expected that shit. I was just listening to Misunderstood like during middle school. And I remember, because that's when everybody used to do them little edits. Bro, I remember seeing one of these girls with that edit, bro. She was fine as shit at the time, I'm telling you. And she said my voice was sexy. Name was Ashley. Even though she was treating me like shit, I loved her for whatever reason. Craziness. But yeah, once I seen her with that edit, I'm like, damn. It's like just seeing like a person or seeing like a girl like with like, just imagine seeing her regular, like, you know, just regular schmegular. I'm like, damn, she fine. But seeing her with an edit with a good song or on TikTok lip syncing, she just turns into something better. Now your taste is involved with you. You just upgraded yourself to a 20. Now you looking fine as shit. Now we gotta get married. Delusion. Don't be delusional, people. Anyway.
Records, and it was exciting to watch.
This damage and the way I feel can't manage.
Hate this song, I'm telling you.
He was on house arrest, and going to the studio and having to be home at a certain time became an issue. And so we decided to knock out the closets and build a studio in home for him. Whenever he gets into the mood, it's right there.
There was the X. I remember like there was a day in early January that he was asking me if I had any beats, and I said, yeah, I have beats from this person and that person and this producer and that producer, and he said, no, you. And so I reached over and kind of logged into my Box account on his computer, and before I could click on anything, because I was so nervous, I was trying to figure out what to play him, he clicked on something called Sad Banjo, which turned out to be the beat for Sad. Did you mute that sound, or you like?
I like it.
And in maybe like 5 or 10 minutes, he wrote that whole song.
Someone that's afraid to let go. Suicide.
Oh, that's nice. That's dope.
You decide.
Who am I? Yeah.
Who am I?
Someone that's afraid to let go.
You decide. That's fire.
Yeah.
Real.
Like the day we got the mix of Sad back, yeah, I remember us kind of looking at each other and being like, this is different. There was always this desire to have something that just would kind of set him apart from everyone else that he was being compared to at the time. And this would have been a song where there's zero rapping on it. And the idea of this song coming out, especially at the same time as a song called Changes, that excited me and it excited him. And then when those two songs came out, I felt like the entire world changed.
Now I'm gonna have to dispute this shit again. Oh my God, I just can't run away.
Someone that's afraid to let go. You decide if you're ever gonna let me know. Yeah, suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah. I'm sad, I know, yeah. Someone that's afraid to let go. You decide.
And, you know, in the Sad music video, he kills his former self. And he was really deliberate about not attaching who he was in 2018 to the person that he was in the past.
Someone that's afraid to let go. You decide if you're ever gonna let me know. Yeah, suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah. I'm sad, I know, yeah.
Transitioning into the blue hair was Indigo Child coming into himself and realizing his responsibility to this generation. You know, him and I had a conversation about what are you gonna be? What do you want these kids to walk away with? You know what I'm saying? What's your message? And he realized he had an obligation that was bigger than himself. And so he chose to take that path.
Real. Damn.
Okay.
4 days before his death. Oh, no, that's at January. Okay, I thought that said June. About to say 4 days before. That shit hurting.
So my current focus is creation and evolution. So it's better to be respected through love rather than fear, simply because, like, all right, I was respected through fear, and it's not real love. It's not real love, and it drives people away. It makes people treat you differently. It makes people really, like, it's just not genuine. It's not what you really would want. Like, it's better not to be a crazy motherfucker. It's better not, because I've went through that. I've decided there was a point where I wanted to be the villain, and it's not fun, bro. It's not fun. People it doesn't attract anything that you truly want. I've started to look at myself very differently and beat myself up. And you guys are the only thing that gives me hope. You guys are the only things that thing that motivates me to ideally, like, yo, be strong. You have over 8 million kids or adults and teenagers watching you, relying on you for this hope.
Jahskeezy was becoming more patient. He was more positive versus being so angry all the time. You can reason with him because he was able to reason with himself.
When a nigga would just usually freak out and trip out, you would see him go into a corner and do breathing exercises. You feel me? Keep his eyes closed, meditate, even if it's for like a little 10 minutes, then come back and address the situation.
One day I get home and I'm like, something doesn't feel right. Literally the next day I took a pregnancy test And sure enough, I find out that I'm pregnant. Ja had like 30 phones. It was so ridiculous. So I'm like sending the picture to all these phones because I couldn't get a hold of him. Turns out he was at the gym training. Finally, when I got a hold of Ja, he was super excited. Like, he was like, no way.
Family and success.
I almost felt like he knew how to relate to kids more than he did other people. He saw this emotional phenomenon in children, that they were pure and unable to judge and unable to have hatred in their heart. And he loved that so much that the idea of having a kid of his own and being able to instill this sense of acceptance and lovingness and positivity with him.
Bro, that's so fucking real. Oh my God. This shit is hitting me like a fucking bomb. Like a fucking tsunami. Bro, I remember back in what? Junior year or sophomore year. Bro, I wanted to have a kid so bad. I kept talking about this with my ex, bro. I'm like, bro, we gotta have a kid. We got to. Then I had a dream of this shit. It was crazy. It was both of us in it too. We had 2 kids. We was playing, well, what's it called? I think I wanted the first kid to be a girl. And I was gonna name her Adasia. Cause I saw it in this, I saw the name in this Tupac, his thing full of poems, The Rose That Grew from the Concrete type thing. And I saw Adasia in there in the acknowledgments, I think. I'm like, damn, that's a fire name. And I was just reading off the names to her. We agreed on that one. And ever since, bro, I wanted a kid. Because I'm like, damn, since I can't see myself in a positive light, I know they would. I know they would be like in a positive light. They'll be like a mirror of me. And then I could see myself be better, since I feel like I could never change. But that didn't end up happening. Luckily, because if that did end up happening, most likely I probably would have scarred them. Knowing what I didn't know what I was going through at the time, but knowing what I was going through then, I probably would have scarred them. With all those voices I was hearing, bro, and how the dark thoughts would come, and I'll be just there spazzing on my ex thinking she cheating on me because of the delusions these voices are putting in my mind. That shit would not have been a good idea. But then you just sit there at night, you be like, damn, like if I really knew what I was going through then, we probably still would have been together. But then it's like, bro, like now you just sitting there because you realize that you didn't know what you was going through at the time. And just to see that go, knowing that you know what you know now, and yet she's left and she's already long gone, bro, that shit hurt. Cause like just imagine you knew what you knew then. That shit still probably could have been active. She probably would have been right here on the streams. That shit hurt me, being real. And ever since then, I never got in a relationship ever again. Of course, I talked to people, but it never really led to a relationship ever. The one relationship that I was gonna lead to was my other ex, Rihanna. But then I couldn't date her. Kind of like I'm still hung up on Shania, so I can't do that. But then she ended up getting with like, I don't know how many other people, 2 to 3 people maybe. And I'm just sitting there like, damn, what if I really did get in a relationship with her? But it's like, I don't know, the first time, or I forgot, I think the second or third time I got a relationship with her, she never had any time for me. So I'm like, damn. I don't know, bruh. She'll be chaotic. Tough.
And this kid would have been his proudest moment.
And on one incident, I had took him to Nobu. It was his first time eating at a fancy restaurant. And they pulled up, and we were sitting down eating, and he was fucking around with the chopsticks. And we were just sitting there, and we started talking about kids. And he was like, "You're gonna be a great dad." I said, "You're gonna be a great dad too someday, bro." He said, "No, I'm not." So, "What do you mean?" And he just looked me dead in the eye and he was like, "I'm not gonna make it past 21. And then just went right back to fucking with the chopsticks. Like he hadn't said a thing.
Damn. This shit really do be relatable. I say shit like this to my mom all the time. I think she'd be worried about me though. Cause I'll be saying some crazy shit and she just be sitting there. Damn. But it's like, how, like, I mean, like, we gotta talk about death at some type of time. Like, if the death happens, it happens, bro. I always been comfortable with death since I first came out. It's a natural thing.
He always spoke about death and was fascinated with it, I think, since he was about 15. It's almost as if he was preparing me that he wasn't going to be here.
So real.
His lawyers called and told me that they were coming to pick Ja up Tuesday.
Damn. Damn.
I had the worst anxiety ever. I went to the studio and he was working on his first beat. And he was so proud.
I know Cleo hurting. That shit gotta hurt the
And I
heart.
was so proud because I was like, yo, where did you come from? How did you even learn to do these things, you know? He spoke about possibly running. And I was like, Ja, where are you gonna go? You have blue hair with tats all over your face. You're not exactly gonna blend in with the crowd. And he was like, I don't understand what's happening or why. And I said, kid, you're powerful. I said, I've watched you control your crowd and your audience. I said, that's dangerous to the status quo. He got up from around the table and he said, to whom much is given, much is required. And then he said, you know, I'm gonna go buy a bike. And I was like, what? Why? Because at the time he had about 3 bikes in the garage and then some other ones at his other house that he doesn't even ride them. But I knew my son. I knew it was because he was so worried, he was so scared. Typically I'd be like arguing with him about those type of things if it doesn't make sense. But I knew what that was. And so I was like, okay, let me get security together for you. And he was like, nah, they're gonna take too long. I called Jazz's brother.
Damn. Just imagine if he had security, bro. Like, that should be hurting. Just to know, like, he was just alive a few hours before that shit even happened. And we didn't think anything of this. Just imagine. He just told us that he was just gonna get a bike. You just automatically expect he's gonna make it back. Damn.
There, which is Aiden's dad. I called him and I was like, hey,
Oh, and bro, if you remember seeing his story at the time when he died, bro, and you just see it like a few hours, like, that shit hurt me. Oh my God. After seeing him die, like, bro, I just watched his story. Now all of a sudden I go to my Explore page, seeing him dead in his car. I'm like, bro, what is this? And I thought, like, it was like some AI Photoshop type shit. Everybody saying it to me. I'm like, bro, stop playing. Like, what are y'all doing? And then it's really confirmed that he's dead. And I just go back to his story. That nigga just posted on his story. Now the nigga's dead. This shit does not make sense. I was damn near crying outside. And it was raining that day. I was crying, bro. I'm being real with you. I never thought I'd be crying over a celebrity's death. The last time I cried over a celebrity's death was Tupac. That's when I watched the movie. Even though the movie is kind of trash, but I cried over that shit. Especially when they got the gospel shit at the end. But that shit was hurting my heart.
He wants to go pick up this bike. I'm gonna need you to drive his car back in the event that he does get the bike. And I said, no matter what he says, don't leave his side.
Damn.
I remember I walked home that day, content with all my misery. Told myself to get better, no clue what there was next to me. Remember there was people walking, talking in the distance. I was dressed for winter weather, but the summer rays were kissing me. I was lost. So I took a different path. In the distance, he awaited me. Had no weapon, I'm guessing his hands were just enough for me. Was no question, I'm guessing he laughed just at the sight of me. And there he was. His presence was alarming. As he approached was casual, we talked about self-harming. He told me, kid, you shouldn't be walking on your own, he smiled and laughed and pat my back. He asked, how far are you from home? I said, maybe 30 minutes. His frequency distorted quick, I seen it in his image. I should've run right fucking there. You ever woke up on the train track with no motherfucking clothes on? That before your eyes, you praying to God, but ain't no response. Trying to scream for hope, just a shoulder that you can lean on. But ain't nobody coming, so you scream on and scream on and scream on. Wanna see what fuck laugh at you. Train getting closer, you still surprised that he bad at you. Tears falling harder and harder, minutes get minuscule.
Damn, that nigga really ran like that. See, why can't niggas just carry poles? Like, I know niggas got concealed carry what's called license. Or maybe, or not permit, or permits. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Or do you even have to have one? Like, bro, why can't niggas just be strapped? This nigga ran out of there. Let his own nephew get robbed. Damn. Bro, X should just gave him that shit. Like, damn, like, niggas is really that broke to where they gotta rob niggas? Like, come on, bro. Niggas is never trying to work for they shit. That uncle just ran the fuck out of there, just left his nephew.
Could've had a son or a daughter, now what you finna do?
Like, was that shit all really worth it, bro? Like, you really just robbed a nigga.
When I got the call, yeah, I just collapsed to the floor.
Bro, I think X got shot, bro.
Look, they sitting here just, what's it called? They sitting here bubbly and shit. They sitting here just, you know, doing they shit. Laughing, all this. Oh my God, I remember seeing this live too, I think. I was in this live. But that shit gave me chills. Who would really be expecting this nigga to die, though? It just seemed like this nigga would just live forever. Damn.
I think X got shot, bro. I think X got shot, bro.
See, look, they just doing random ass shit. Stop being a fucking buffoon.
I think X got shot.
I'm like, they did what? Hey, what do you mean they shot? I said.
I remember not having any gas, not wanting to stop, trying to get to where he was, and it's all a blur.
And I just remember like calling Cleo, like, Cleo, where are you? She's like, I'm lost. She like literally didn't know where she was. I'm like, bro, you gotta get somewhere. We're at the hospital. She's like, I'm trying to get there. But she's like, I don't know where I'm at.
I was like disoriented. I got there was a few people there already. I'm not sure how they found out. And I was just in there for mad long, pacing back and forth. I wasn't able to go back there. They gave me some bullshit story about them not wanting me to see him like that because it would traumatize me. But I think that I should have made that decision of seeing my son.
And then it's like that calm, it was like a calm that set in because it's like, all right, it's jahskeezy, like he's a fighter. He's a fighter. Jahskeezy's gonna make it through. If nobody's gonna make it through, it's gonna be him.
The cops came out and they pulled me in a room. And I remember the officer was just so callous when he delivered. He was just like, oh, Jahskeezy expired today at such and such time.
The nigga say he expired like he was like just some milk or some shit. Like, damn, like you could see like he just like, what do they call that shit? Not passed away. Moved on. I think that's what they call it, moved on. Like, damn, you couldn't say he passed, you couldn't say moved on. This nigga said expired. Damn.
I still don't understand what he means by expired.
That shit just seemed like watching a movie or something. I don't know. I'll never come to terms with it.
It went from that to just planning a funeral. I remember Cleo walking in the room and saying, how do we plan a funeral? How do I plan a funeral for my son?
Oh, I'd have been hurt. Oh, bro, I'll be wanting, bro, bro. I would crash out. I'm being real with you. Even though I got other children, bro, that shit hurt too much. I would have to crash out. That shit would hurt me too much, bro. Oh my God.
Soul to keep.
Damn.
Hope's not too late for me. Before I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I hope it's not too late for me.
Kid Trunks posted up. Damn. And then I heard that X was like, what's called, like Kid Trunks was getting bullied or some shit, and X stood up for him type shit. Oh my God, this shit finna have me fall up on the floor. You know, I seen this shit like 3 times.
Before I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to.
And I know Ski hurting the most, bro. Especially since what's called like then. Wait, what's Jahskeezyinquires Dwayne? I forgot what that R stand for. I don't know what that shit is. But what they say? I think Jahskeezy and Ski like they like separated for a little bit. Some shit. I know he feeling that shit, bro. I know he's still feeling that shit till today. Seeing they shit all on the internet, them taking a road trip, having them funny ass moments, and that shit is just, it's not necessarily gone, but it's just like, you know, it's never gonna happen again. That shit's crazy. This nigga was just getting a bike. He just posted on his story.
Hope's not too late for me.
I never understood that shit with white doves.
Oh no, that's not a toy. That's not a toy.
His son isn't old enough to carry on his legacy. There's nobody that can do it. So I have to not only be here for my other son, I have to be here to maintain his legacy as well as look out for my grandson. Ja was my practice baby. I was 17 years old. There's nobody teaching me how to take care of a child. I just had to kind of figure it out. Ja kind of changed my mindset from hammering, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, because you will lose your child doing that. You have to allow them to be themselves.
Real.
After Jahskeezy died, Cleo reached out to me like a year later. So she calls me, and before I answer the phone, I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know if this is gonna be bad or good. I was like alleviated but really nervous.
You know, this is, my son's no longer here, and I feel like it's up to me now to make amends for any mistakes that he's done and try to right his wrongs as much as I can. I would actually like to hear you tell your story because, like I said, my son died and he's never admitted it to me. I don't think he would want me to see him in that light or know those things, that side of him. You know, just say was wrong for what he did. You know, there's no excuse for that, period. You know, but I just want the world to know that he wasn't that same person anymore. and that whether it's the past is still a part of his story.
Now, Cleo and I are cool. It makes me feel like a weight is lifted, basically. Because, like, I felt like I wasn't accepted by the whole family the whole time.
I'm not gonna hate her, and my son's not here, and I don't think she should be mistreated in any way. This is about his legacy, and she is the love of his life, and she was a part of that legacy.
People have, like, asked me for advice, and I just feel bad sometimes because, like, I don't know how I feel about telling other people what to do or, like, how to feel about that, because I feel like it's just different with every person.
It's crazy to think that really and truly that at the end of the story, that Jahskee's legacy is gonna really help so many fucking lives. It's so hard to explain, but this dude turned everything around for the better.
He sent out a parachute with his name on it. I think he wanted to talk about suicide and those types of things to help somebody. Really, he wanted to save somebody.
It could go a lot of ways for me, but I just know that I have to make Jahskee proud. I have to, because I know I'm gonna see him again in some cosmic plan. Some cosmic plan, I'm gonna see Jah again, and that's what I live my life based off of.
Damn. Ugh.
Shouldn't be this complicated. Thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your true love. Shouldn't be this complicated. I thought I'd die in your arms. I thought I'd die in your.
No hard feelings, but these feelings harder. When I think about it, my eyes fill up with water. Don't have our daughters, butterfly, why they larva? Wait, when you see the kids, I see y'all tomorrow. Wait, when the sun set, I see y'all tomorrow. Wait, when I pick them up, I feel like they borrow. When I gotta return them, scan them like a barcode. Wait, no hard feelings, but these feelings hard though. Wait, who got the kids in those, what are those? Wait, why they can't wear Yeezys with the cargos? Y'all know like you don't like me,
Damn, that was Ye. I thought that nigga was Wiz Khalifa.
take it too far though. At least have him in some mics, he played for Chicago. I only see 3 kids who.
Damn, that shit hurting me. Y'all niggas watch the credits? I'm not watching the credits, I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, I don't know. Should I watch the credits? I'm gonna just skip to when he's speaking, cause
Thought about X, I was going through a very rough patch in my life. His music was able to just help me realize that.
Damn, and he got the snippet on his he got the snippet on his wall too.
No matter what I'm going through, there's always somebody out there who feels the same way and has the same emotions that I'm feeling.
I looked at him as a mentor. I would hit him up for advice in high school. Like, I would hit him up and for advice if I was going through something, and he was always there, literally. He was always there.
Real.
Right, everybody wants to be acknowledged, you know. And, you know, you get the occasional thank you for the deal and nice, whatever. But, you know, our first deal, which was a 7-figure deal, he called me up and said, thank you, you're the reason my life has changed. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. No one's ever said that before.
My favorite memory of Jahskee was when it was me, my homie Vinny Changos, Ski, and Ja. And like we played his music on the radio, and like he like stood up in the middle of the car, like put his like ear mad close to like to the speaker and was like, yo, is this me? Like, is this me right now? And I'm like, bro, this is you. And then for like literally the rest of the night, I kid you not, he just screamed, this is me, this is me, this is me for the whole night.
So he's in the studio doing this thing, I hit record. He didn't even know I hit record. So I hit record, and he's there doing his little thing. So he's like, all right, I'm ready now. So I just start playing back what he just did. And he was like, whoa, you was recording? I'm like, yeah. He was like, shit, I like that shit. Keep playing this. I'm like, all right.
Gilly, bro, that nigga Gilly seemed like, what's it called? Like, that nigga funny as shit.
Listening to a song, but it was always one of those moments that kind of stuck with me.
I just wanna show the world that I can amount to something better. You say you're stairs now. Yeah.
Whoever got this shit on YouTube, I don't know how they did that shit. But anyway, y'all, that's the end of the vid. End of the fucking doc. This shit was amazing once again. This is like my 5th or 4th time watching this shit already. And with that being said, y'all, peace. Hope y'all have a great fucking day. Factual.